It's been a very, very long time since I've tried to teach anybody OBS, but I used to teach OBS to hundreds of people all the time. I used to work for a franchise organization and very blue collar clientele, and they were able to pick this up. So I know you guys will be able to pick it up. This is a lot of fun. I have to. Let me tell you real quick, OBS, if you don't know why you're here, though I assume you do since you searched the thing, OBS is the software that folks use to live stream Twitch. Some folks, and what I'm going to try to teach you in the context of is they do it for WhatNot as well. And I am one of those people. And if you've seen my shows, I have my face on the top and I have like the top down camera. I have the microphone and the thing, and and I'm just a guy in a basement. So anybody could do this. I can run you through what you need to do this and some variations of what that is. I do not have a plan, and this will be scattered. So you'll just have to bear with me, and I'll try to be coherent. This first video, I'm just going to kind of do a quick, like super fast flash, like here is everything, like real fast, top level, and we'll dial down into the nitty gritties like pretty quick. Let me say the first thing, the obvious big difference, and again, we're going to be teaching this in the context of WhatNot specifically, BookNot as I like to call it. I'm Steve the Book Guy, obviously. Is that this is a 16:9 format, obviously, and then the phone is 9:16 format. So just know that I will address that. So things will look a little bit different insofar as the canvas. And I just want to throw that out there in the beginning. I know we'll get there. Here we go. Okay. So switching right over to OBS. This is OBS. If you go to obsproject.com, and I'll put that down in the description, it's a free program. Everybody uses it. It's super safe. There's a lot of modifications. Streamlabs is a thing that kind of uses OBS as the underlying structure. Very, very popular. This is the free version. I'm going to show you just what you need to know to get off the freaking ground. Is how do I make my what's called the canvas, which is hopefully you guys can see this kind of thing in the middle here, which hopefully you guys can see. And then we're also going to show how do you build the different things. Like if you've seen my shows, you'll see I can switch in between different scenes. Like how do you set that up, right? And we're going to very, very quickly show you how to do that. And then we have audio considerations and all sorts of that. We may not cover all of that in the video, insofar as audio first, but how do you build it? So let's just assume you have it, you got it, you know how to install a program, you installed it. What's over here is your scene panel. And what a scene is, think of a scene like a bucket, right? It's like a movie, like when you write scripts, like the scene is everything that happens within a given sequence of events, right? That is scene. You're right. So if I want a scene like a state, or a board state, if you're a gamer, if I want a board state where my face is over here and I'm showing you the OBS, I can create the bucket for the scene. So, and all you would do is, you create scene 1. And now when I do this, and I'm just going to name it arbitrarily, it'll go to a black screen, and hopefully you can still hear my voice. Yes? No? Okay, cool. So now, as you can see, it's completely blank, right? It's an empty bucket. It's just a name. So it's what you put in that bucket through your sources panel is what makes the scene. So think of the scene like the cake that you're building, and the source panel is the ingredients for the cake that you need to build it. Like in this scene, this is a scene, I call it face because it is my face. All it is just this one source right here, right? It's literally just the camera, no muss, no fuss, just the webcam pointed right at my face. So, and then over here, I needed to incorporate OBS. So you can come over into the sources panel, and you can see that a source is an input of the camera. This background here, this background to Stop Infinity, it's an image asset, which is just another ingredient for a cake you can build. And you can turn these off and on. The reason why I put this here, one, because I like all these photos, and two, I thought that infinity would be really distracting because I am also using OBS to record this video, and we can get into all that. And then this asset down here, or this ingredient for the cake, is the display. It's the actual, just my monitor. So it's my face as an asset, the image that covers up infinity. And beyond. No, I'm kidding. As I drop something, but live, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, and then of course just the display asset. So if I were starting from scratch, and let's just say I needed, oh goodness, let's think of a scene. Let's just say I wanted to add. You can't even see what I'm doing. I don't want to use that as an example. So, but if I wanted to come down here, you can see there's a lot of different. So I was going to build one just like from scratch, but I can't do that because you can't see what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So it doesn't work. So we're going to pivot. You have a lot of different things that you can add. I'm not going to go into each one in the context of this video, but to kind of get your imagination, because you're really only limited by your imagination and what assets you have available or cake ingredients. So you can put in browser sources. That's, you know how when people on Twitch have things pop up, you know, when you subscribe or whatever the thing is, this is how they do that. And I'll teach you that another day. Color source is literally just color, like bars of color. Like if you need a background or a lower third. Display capture is your monitors. Game capture is literally what it sounds like. Images is media files, photos, JPEGs, things like that. Image slideshow is exactly what you would expect. Media source is a source of media, usually a video or something like that. NDI is a whole nother protocol, and that's a level of nerd that's outside the scope of this video. You can put scenes within scenes with it, you know, a scene with as an asset. So you can build a scene and then nestle that whole scene as an asset within another scene. So you have like sceneception. I will make that make sense in another video. Of course, you can put plain text. This is webcams and stuff like that. Video capture, because you're capturing the video, right? And then window capture, like I can capture certain screens that I might have on my thing. So you have tons of different ways to build your cake, and OBS is a way to just kind of put all of your ingredients together in a manageable way inside your scenes and your cake and your cakes, and then you just change between cakes, you know, as you decide what kind of show you want to have, what kind of show you want to run, you know. And again, there's no right way, wrong way. There's just kind of, you know, the way that works for you and how you flow in your personality. And stuff like that. So that really is the long and short of it. The other thing that I want to show you, if you were to get this and you wanted to jump right in, is obviously when you're on WhatNot, the screen is when you connect directly to WhatNot through OBS, it's a vertical format, right? So I'm not going to do it because it'll mess up the video, but what you would do is you'd hit settings in the corner. Ooh, can you guys see all that? Hopefully you guys can see. Oh, I got to turn off infinity. Hold on. Glad I checked. That would have been really bad. So you hold up settings, and then you go to video here, and you see where it says 1920 by 1080. You're going to change that to 1080 by 1920, and it's going to give you that vertical format to work with, and you build it the exact same way. It's just the canvas, or that's the best way to call it, because that's what it is, and it's the best metaphor because it's like you're painting on a blank canvas. Good job, OBS. Very intuitive. That's and it'll give you and then you just make it like you would anything else. Just to kind of run you through a few things while we're back here. This is how you ultimately hook up your stream to WhatNot. I'm going to dedicate a whole video to that. Output, this we'll get into someday. It's a little bit more than what we need to. I use this because when I do the live shows on WhatNot, I use music that isn't usable on YouTube. So I have my tracks get recorded in a funky way, but that's not something you need to worry about until later on. Audio kind of, you know, manages your imports. I have a soundboard over here that I can teach you guys how to use. It's how you use the nice microphones and stuff. And it gives you a lot of power with that. And you can monitor it through your earphones if you need to. So you can even have hotkeys. I use a Stream Deck, if you guys can see. I love these little things to kind of switch quickly. I'm not going to put that back together, but that's really all I wanted to show you right now. That's it. That's all you need to know is the scenes. And again, just think of it like a bucket. than what goes in your bucket or what goes into the to make the cake, right? You know, based on what you're doing for your show. And that's the other thing too is you want to decide what you want it to look like before you make it. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you know, if you want a top down, do you want like a full top down? Do you want a face? Do you want all three? And then you can make whatever you want. So your imagination really, really is the limit. You know, you can fit, OBS will do whatever you want. So, and then just your sources, and then just learning what the different sources are. We'll do a whole video dedicated to just sources, and I'll give you examples of each one there. Let me put my infinity back on. That is kind of distracting. It distracts me too. But anyway, that's all I have. I appreciate it. If you like this kind of video, this was off the cuff. And again, just not super detailed, just kind of a top level. I really just want to more get the gears going. If you have any feedback, if there's any specific questions you want me to tackle before another one, I'm happy to do that. Just let me know. And hopefully I'll see you on WhatNot. That's where I'd hope to see you before I see you anywhere else. That's where we talk about all the books and sell stuff and all that. But we're going to hang out here too. It's going to be WhatNot and YouTube. Those are going to be my two homes. So thank you. I don't know why I do that. It's so ridiculous. I don't have a sign off. I need a sign off. That's the way the cookie crumbles. I don't know. I like Jim Carrey though. I'm a little ADD. So, see ya.